Happy Sunday, everyone. I have very special message, Sunday night message. I don't do this too often, but when I have a message that burning my heart and I want to get it out as soon as possible. So this is uncut, raw video of me ranting about certain topic. Today I want to talk to you about 50-50 profit split business model in the storm restoration industry. I think it's a horrible idea, and I want to present to you my case why I think it's bad, why it's ruining businesses, why so many people are hurting because of this business structure. Somehow, 10-20 years ago, people start splitting revenue share with salespeople. So business owner would hire sales rep and agreed to pay him profit split. Pretty much it's 60-40, 50-50 split, does not matter. But I want to explain to you why it's wrong and what you have to have in place for this to work out. This lesson actually comes from also Lindsay Douglas and Lee Haigh story. As we're digging in deeper and deeper, and this is my first take. I'm not gonna tell you who is right, who is wrong. I want to explain to you what's happening in that conflict, because this is also part of the problem. And I see it over and over again in so many disputes between salespeople and business owners, contractors. So why it's wrong? Your payment plan, your commission structure with the sales rep will determine your relationship with them. Like, for example, if you pay someone hourly, there's a few things in the process that have to take place. You pay someone hourly, they have to come in and log in their hours. If you pay someone salary, you have to put in writing vacation days, paid off days, what will affect that salary. Like, you can't just say I'm going to pay $80,000 a year. You also have to describe, are you going to work on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve or President's Day, or what's not, right? How many sick days you're allowed to have to keep your salary and stuff like that. So salary, hourly, commissions, they build that relationship and they build the structure of that business. So if you have independent contractor, freelancer, you don't get to tell them what to do. They can work for you, they can work for someone else. If freelancer, like let's say I need a videographer and he's a freelancer, well, he's working for me, he works on his own jobs or for other companies, right? The same goes for salespeople in the industry. Unfortunately, people just misinterpret what independent contractor means. Like in Lindsay Lee's story, you can see that she's trying to set the record straight that she was not an employee, she was independent. And this is the biggest problem. Here's what I think about this situation. Here's what I think is missing. I think only partners can split the profit. Let me explain. If you go in business with someone and you split the profit, what does it really mean? It means that you're pretty much running the job with them like a partner. If you go on 50-50 split, it means you're entitled for everything. You're entitled to see the books, to see the expenses, to see how much are we making, right? That's what partners do. You wouldn't do it with the employee. You actually wouldn't even do it with the independent sales rep, because independent can also work for other people. And why would you, if independent contractor, independent sales rep works for you and someone else, why would you open books to him? He's not your partner. He should be. And this is my case. And this is the missing piece. If you're absolutely, for weird reason, have to split your profit with someone, think twice, 3 times. You will not see it in any other business. Try to go to Apple and say, hey, I'll sell you iPhones and your computers, but I want to know, I want a 40% of the profit. Go to a Chevy dealer and say, hey, I'll sell you cars for you, but I want a profit split on every car. Here's why I absolutely hate profit splits. It's not fair to the business owner, but it's also not fair to the sales rep. Why? Because sales reps, if you want 50%, and I see a lot of entitlement because you brought to this industry with a split and now you're demanding splits from other business owners. Well, how much I make, it's not a business, because you're not taking risk with me. If you demand profit split, you should also share a risk and responsibility of the job. Are you gonna lose money if the job that you sell will be at loss at the end? So you can't just say, well, I want a 50% profit, but I don't want any risk. I don't want any liability. I don't care about your overhead. I don't care if you have a bad month and you're losing money. I want to get paid regardless, right? It's just not fair to the business owners. That's why I hate splits, because they're good when they're good, but when people want to split later and go back to with their lives, they have a lot of disputes. On a side note, it's also not fair to the sales rep, because what business owner often can do, and it happens all the time in this business, in the roofing industry, storm restoration industry, business owner, also entrepreneur, and he can do whatever he wants to do. He doesn't have to be profitable on every job. He can spend money on what's important to him long term, and I'll give you a couple examples in a second. And when he is in a hole, when he needs money, when he has a bad month, he's going to terminate you and he's going to finish your jobs. And you don't get to tell him he doesn't, because as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, we have to do what's right for the business. And I'll give you a scenario. I remember years ago, I worked in a cabinet shop, and one of the managers at a cabinet shop had a agreement with the owner that I think at the end of the year he would get a bonus of like 7 or 8%, whatever. But business owner went and bought a CNC machine to be more profitable, more efficient, right? CNC costs like 100K. Obviously it ate all the profits. So now this manager is not getting his bonus because owner, invested his money. And this is my biggest point here. Let's say you sales rep bring company $1 million job and the profit is $250,000. We're gonna take 50K for overhead and we're gonna split $200,000. In your mind, you should be getting $100,000 because profit is $200,000. It's 50-50 split. But here's how business owner might look at it. He's like, well, I'm making $250,000 on this job. Obviously I have to take care of the sales rep and stuff. But how he is gonna run the job, it's all about him. He is the owner. If he wants to go not to rent equipment, but to buy equipment, let's say he buys 3 equipters and 5 trailers because it's a big commercial job, a lot of apartments. He's like, now is the time I'm gonna reinvest profit from this job, and instead of buying it, renting it for $30,000, I'm gonna spend $100,000 to buy the equipment. So now he spends $100,000, buys a couple equipters, gets the job done. Profit went from $200,000 to $100,000. You're still getting your 50K, right? But you don't agree because you wanted more. Here's the problem: you're not the partner. Another scenario, if you would have some kind of agreement that you partner up with him to get this job done, and you both decided to reinvest the profit from the job to be more efficient, so now you actually would have a part in that equipment. Now you can run it like a partner. You get to say and vote what to do with the money, how to make more money, right? Business owners cannot be blamed for keeping spending more money on equipment, on not to be efficient per se, because your paycheck is not their top priority. Their business is top priority, and you're not their partner. You're their sales rep. That's all I'm saying. If we get close to it, we will be just fine. You want to, and here's what I see. Sales reps get offended all the time because they accuse business owner not running their business efficiently. Well, if you're so smart, help them, become partners with them. If you bring real value, don't blame them, because you have nothing to risk. And if you want to risk it, become the partner. Don't, because the way I see it, sales reps often say, well, I brought the job. Like, what is your job? It's not just one signature. They would argue, and I hear this argument all the time. Sales guy would go sign a contract. Well, the job does not, your commission is not earned the moment you sign that agreement. You have to follow up. You have to make sure that you're actually making money, change orders, all of that. And oftentimes when sales rep is getting, walk away, quit, or get fired, right? Someone will have to come back and take over that file, probably another sales rep or management. And often I hear the stupid arguments like, well, I sold the job, I'm entitled to full commission. No, you're not. So you telling me that you signed the job and that 1 hour or 2 hour or whatever of your time to sign that contingency agreement worth 10%, but someone who goes and actually, do the drawing, do everything you're supposed to do, but were not around to do for whatever reason, you saying that there's no price on that. So you signing the contract, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, people can cancel, people can terminate the agreement, and everybody's time worth money. So if you quit and I give the job to another rep, he also needs to get paid and compensated for finishing the job, to making sure that homeowner is happy, monies get collected, and if there's change orders, there's updates, stuff like that, we need a person on the job. So the point is this: if you absolutely have to have a split business model, you need to start calling it a little bit different. I call it a partnership. Only partners split profits. Maybe you can become partner of one job at a time, but have that one agreement, because now if you're my partner, like legally speaking, if you're my partner, I cannot fire you. I can fire independent sales rep. I can fire employee. I have to get out of partnership. So if we get to that model where you like sales rep literally become a business partner with the owner, now he cannot go and work for competition because he is partner. You have to terminate the agreement, and in a sense that's what you do. You go in business with someone. It's like marriage. It's about, like, you're not, a lot of salespeople, they're dating contractors. They don't, and shame on you for not having agreements in the first place. It's like dating. It's one night stands. I'm gonna go sell 25 jobs for you and you don't have agreements, and then 6 months later you break up and you claim that someone owes you money. I'll give you an example. RKG, Kimber Garcia stuff, they have a lot of posts about them. Or recently I have a sales reps, everybody's hating on them. They have a conflicts with ex sales reps, and what I hear is that, they have those boats and they have this lifestyle, right? And they're not paying their sales guys. And I talked to one of them. The first question I ask, do you have an agreement? I don't have a contract. I never do contracts. Shame on you. It's like, dating a guy, for 3 weeks, not marrying him, nothing, and then trying to get a child support or whatever. Like, no, you were never married. There's nothing. There's no paperwork. Just because someone fuck you, I'm sorry, does not mean that he's gonna take care of you for the, you owe half of his house for the rest of the time, or he needs to send you checks. It doesn't work like that. If you go in business relationship with someone without paperwork in writing, you're the contractor. It means that you have to have a contract. Put it in writing what the relationship are. If you want to do split or percentage or hourly, there's a salary, there's draws involved, put it all in writing, because that's the only thing that matters. If we do that, we're gonna have all problems between sales reps and business owners eliminated. I promise you we will. If you want to work for me and you want to split, I'll sign partnership agreement with you. But that partnership will also mean if we lose the job, if we lose money on the job, you also liable for it. So, but on a side note, I don't think split profits system works. I don't think it's scalable. I don't think it has a future. I think it's very old school. It worked for someone years ago. I have not seen many big companies successful in it. It definitely works, but it's a lazy way of doing business. Salespeople usually have big problems after they get eliminated. Business owners also frustrated because they don't have leverage over salespeople. It's just asking for trouble. Build your business like McDonald's or dealers or bigger brands do. I mean, pay people based on the value that they have. I mean, the best companies that I see, Eustace Roofing, Monarch Roofing, Lindus Construction, they don't do splits. Nobody shows up like, you're the sales rep, sell. I mean, I see guys don't do splits and making $200,000 a year, $300,000 a year. Splitting profits without proper paperwork is just asking for trouble. Comment below what you think. What's the best sales system that you know? And if you agree that splits are bad news, and if you're doing splits, you better splitting your profits with partners, because that's what partners do. You don't split your partners with the independent contractors. That's all I'm saying. And back to Lindsay and Lee's story. I mean, she got paid $104,000 in 1 year. She had about 15 jobs on top of it. She claims that he owes her $500,000. $500,000 in commissions. Only one job, to my understanding, is completed, but she already calculated 55% profit margins. And according to them, David, Kelly, and Lee, it's 20, maybe $30,000 in commissions. Still not a bad deal, but we'll see. I'm gonna investigate. I'm gonna report to you who I think wrong is right there. We're gonna publish and review their contract. We're gonna see what she claims, how she arrived at her myth. Settling those claims is easy. You have a contract in place, you have numbers, you have she said, he said. Numbers don't lie. Put it on paper, figure it out, who's right, who's wrong. But if you pay someone $100,000 a year and then there's still commissions, it just needs to be calculated. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. I think splits are a bad idea. Comment below if you agree.